On-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such.
I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow.
The views and opinions expressed by the host or presenter and by participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its shareholder, or its affiliates. The opinions of the on-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such. ZBC expects that any message aired on any ZBC platform would be of a high standard and free from libel, slander, or breach of privacy.
That I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren kind and good. So I'll keep moving on.
Hello?
Keep moving on. I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow.
The views and opinions expressed by the host or presenter and by participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its shareholder, or its affiliates. The opinions of the on-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such. ZBC expects that any message aired on any ZBC platform would be of a high standard and free from libel, slander, or breach of privacy.
So whatever my mind can see, that I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren kind and good. So I'll keep moving on. I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow. So whatever my mind can see, that I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren kind and good.
The views and opinions expressed by the host or presenter and by participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its shareholder, or its affiliates. The opinions of the on-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such.
Till we reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving So whatever I might be, that I will achieve, because I do the things I should, to my brethren kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop, I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow.
Hello.
So whatever my mind can see, that I will leave, because I do the things I should, to my brethren kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now, I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. So whatever my mind can see, that I will achieve, because I do the things I should, to my brethren kind and good. So I'll keep.
The views and opinions expressed by the host or presenter and by participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its shareholder, or its affiliates. The opinions of the on-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such.
You know it's time for another edition of Straight Talk. Time for me to bid you good night wherever you are in St. Kitts and Nevis and all throughout the entire Caribbean region. To my Straight Talk family in the Kittitian and Liburd diaspora, I say good night. I can say good morning, and certainly I will say good afternoon, because some of you are all around the world. a World Wide Web, as we say. Some of you in Africa, some are in Asia, some of you are in Europe, and a whole lot of you are right here in North America. So one of such greetings will be applicable to the region in which you now find yourselves. Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression of national interests, be they legal, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, you do have a forum to express yourselves freely. Let us in the process continue to keep St. Kitts and Nevis as one of the freest countries in the entire world. On this program, we try to raise the level of national consciousness. We try to raise the level of national discourse by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligation. My name is Ian Pattis Liburd, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation, my Straight Talk family, on yet another occasion. And each time we do have honors. And for the first time in the house, Straight Talk, as I said, is a public service program. It's also a participative program. By that I mean we entertain your calls, we entertain your emails. If you're so minded, you can contact the program via 465-2555 and or 718-577-2916. The email address is zizstrighttalk@gmail.com. Nice Straight Talk family. So we invite you to when that occasion arises. And I was following the situation report in my beloved country, the beloved Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And in the event you needed to get your update, we normally do, as of today, 24th of January, we've had 33 confirmed cases. 33 confirmed cases, and sadly, one more death. The death toll, unfortunately, has gone to 32. And we extend condolences to the family of the departed ones. On the roll-up, roll-out situation, the jab, as some people call it, some 82% already received their first jab, and the second doses, as I normally call them, stand at 76.4%. But there's hope. There's hope on the horizon, my Straight Talk family. Let's just act, respond, and remember, no one is safe until everyone is safe. So let's look at the non-pharmaceutical tools, I call them. The hand sanitizing, the social distancing where possible, and of course, your mask. The wearing of your mask, especially when you are in company, my Straight Talk family. Tonight I found myself in a state of ambivalence because today is a special day for my twin sisters and me. And I have some twin sisters and a twin brother by a mother, and a father. And I want to hail them up. I want to hail up my twin sister, Marge Percival, my twin sister, Joan Mitchum, my twin sister Phyllis Vaughn, and my twin brother Jeffrey Berridge. I haven't heard Jeffrey for the day, and that's not good enough, my brother in Toronto. I wish we were going to that Greek club right now. But I want to wish all of my twin sisters and brother a happy, happy birthday. A happy birthday to all as well. There's some others I'm sure are celebrating today. So if you are, a happy birthday to all of you. And I say thank you. I say thank you as well for the many greetings that I continue to get, my Straight Dog family. Words can express how I feel. And I got a greeting, birthday greetings from my brother Massive Penny. And that one really is so profound, it stayed with me all day. Said, great afternoon, Ambassador Liburd. Blessings on your earth strong, sir. 2022. Enjoy. God bless you always, big brother. But attached to that greeting was this quotation, which I want to share with you. It goes like this. A wise man once said, a strong person can often be found alone. A weak person will always be found with a crowd. I repeat that a wise man once said, a strong person can often be found alone. A weak person will always be found with a crowd. And I decided tonight that I wouldn't have a specific topic. There's so many things we can discuss tonight. And I just thought I would free up the line. Let's have a party. Let's have a discussion. Let's educate each other. Because when your birthday comes around, there's almost nothing as good as getting happy birthday wishes. I can assure you. Nothing as good as getting happy birthday wishes and quotes from friends. And I just alluded to a quote, very profound one as well. At the end of the day, we say thank you for birthday wishes from all those lovely people for their greetings. But before I can do that, I must first give thanks to our God, because I am living, and for the life I live. And when I woke this morning, I normally pray. I pray before I go to bed, and whenever I wake at morning. I said a very short prayer this morning, believe it or not. I turned very early in the morning, and I was lying in bed. And my mind is racing, and you're thinking all thoughts of things. And I said, get up, Patches. The more you are dreaming here is filled with so many possibilities. The moment I'm dreaming about is filled with so many possibilities. And I shouted, thank God for life. Trust me. That was my prayer this morning. So I would also like to say, God bless all of you so much more than you presume. Because God will always be beside you, and God has always solved our problem. I want to also say that I appreciate you all more because of the road I have traveled. My story brought me to you, and I would not revise a word of my past if it led me anywhere but. Saying thank you is more than just good manners to me, it is good spirituality. I am grateful to the people who make me happy. They have stood behind me through thick and thin. You have said you will follow me anywhere. But again, I'm saying I am not going anywhere without you. This time, we tried to escape from our grim reality of rising COVID cases, of fluctuating COVID cases, hospitalizations, and unfortunate deaths. Is indeed a powerful one. 32 COVID deaths, 32 too many. Not to mention rising prices and low or no salary. Some people are unemployed. Our taxi drivers are complaining. We saw another set of workers from another sector complain as well, and hopefully they got their resolution. Thanks to my cousin Vance for those greetings as well. But today, the majority of our leadership options have demonstrated yet how out of balance some, underline some, are with the grim realities that lay before us in our country. This is time for unity, my family. Nothing else. Do not allow yourself to become disillusioned by silly season antics and archaic displays of garnering voter support. See beyond the chess pieces for the border they and we exist upon. Thank you, E. Anthony Ross, my mentor, for the greetings as well. Stay focused, my family. You cannot afford to be illiterate in this year. Stay safe, everyone. For you to do the things that are right in the sight of God. Tonight, I would not introduce the topic. Let us have a party. You may know some who are selling beyond those I've mentioned. And again, thank you for the birthday greeting. I am minded to open the lines. There's some things I want to tell you, but I won't tell you tonight. Tonight's not for that. Tonight is for us. Let's all have a party. Let me hear what's on your mind. Freedom. Be truthful, though. I'll open the lines, entertain your calls, but I'll always implore you, be fair to all concerned. Ensure you speak the truth. Let us ensure that the things we say and or do will be beneficial to all concerned. Let us also ensure that in the process of saying and doing those things, we will strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. I love the lines, my Straight Talk family. I'm going to take your calls. I'm going to take your emails as well. And I'll do so at 25 past the 8 o'clock hour. I'll go to the lines. Caller, what's on you? It's your night tonight. Your life.
I got a problem with this undertaker from Mackie Hazel funeral. I dig a hole so him and up to no one can give me pay since the 11th of November. I calling on the ear that people could hear me. Tell this man I want the money. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Very strange topic to start, but it's about money. On your work, you ought to get paid. Oh, no, yeah. If you're here, you should get paid. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
That is a pleasant good evening to you.
Good evening, my dear.
And how are you?
I am peaceful. I'm thanking God for life.
Okay. Well,
And you?
I just call in to wish you a blessed birthday today. And also for Joan and Madge over there in Crayon. I just want to wish you all a blessed both night. I must say because you did on both night. And may you all live to see many more. Have a pleasant good evening.
Thank you very much. And to Madge Percival and Joan Mitchum, my birth sisters, happy birthday to you. I always like when we hear happy birthday, you said same to you. We now exchange our drinks, Madge, so when I see you. But let's go back to the lines. Call you live.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen and Zing. A blessed evening, my beloved African brother. How are you and your family? And happy Earth Strong, my beloved brother. Let me repeat that. Happy Earth Strong, my beloved brother. And may you live to become 100 years, beloved brother. And you know, we have to continue where we left off, beloved brother. I'm talking about the infrastructure, the bridge, the jet bridge, and everything, beloved. You know we got to take care of that.
Yes, some unfinished tasks. You're correct.
Yes, brother. We must do that, beloved. Yes. Beloved, I like to
And how are
speak
you?
about. I'm good, man, and the clan is good, brother. I'm good, and the
Good
clan
to
is
hear.
good. Yes, brother, I like to speak about our people. Okay? Particular, speaking in this instant now, about our peoples, African peoples in St. Kitts Nevis. Beloved, brother, it's time those who are hypocritical, let me repeat that, those who are hypocritical, they must stop it. You cannot speak the two sides of your mouth and have a forked tongue. And like you said, beloved, you always say, when you decide to speak the truth and stand up for justice and for rights, brother, most of the time, you left all alone. A few people by your side. And I am prepared, beloved brother, to go down that road any day. Any day. As long as I am speaking the truth, and I will stand with any sister or brother in the Federation. I talking about St. Kitts and Nevis now. Well, that's for further fees, but no, talking about St. Kitts Nevis, who stand up for justice and for rights at all times, and stand up for African people, particular financially poor African people. I like Dr. Harris, to take a quote from Dr. Harris. I am prepared to perish, beloved. Let me repeat that. I am prepared to perish, pay the ultimate price, standing up for my people, beloved. The liberation of my people. I am not afraid to die physically, because you can't kill the warrior or warriors, but you can't kill. And you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. You can kill the Pan-Africanist, any Pan-Africanist, but you cannot kill Pan-Africanism. Cannot. So I will stand at any time for justice, for rights, and for the liberation of African peoples. Thank it's Nevis, beloved, and we must do that as African peoples at all time. Conscious African peoples, not because of political affiliation, religious affiliation. What makes us one is our Africanness. Because if I am walking down the street, or any African person, first thing, you can't tell the political affiliation unless they have on some shirt or what or some emblem. The religious affiliation, unless they think some kind of religious, emblem or something like that. First thing is going to say, oh, that's person, that African person. That is our identity. So, beloved, we must stay united at all times, be fearless, and stand up for justice and for rights and for Pan-Africanism, because that's what binds us together as African people, and that is our own liberation. Is either you with us, or you against us. Ain't no middle ground. A hypocrite in the middle is either you for or against. Beloved brother, continue when you come off the earth to enjoy your earth strong and keep up the great works, and the journey continues, and we must finish that work, beloved brother. Thanks again for hearing me. Pan-Africanism our perish.
One love, my brother. Yes, times when you decide to talk the truth, you better be prepared to stand alone. Let's go back to the lines at 8:33. Call your line.
President, good evening to you. Dr. Ian Patches Liburd, and happy birthday evening to you, Marge, and Joan, my wife, coming in from Radical Culture, the one and only. How are you?
I am peaceful, my brother. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Give Joan a hug for me.
Big pardon?
Give Joan another hug for me.
A hug? I'm a beer, you know. I'm a beer. So if I give a hug, it will be a beer hug.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
Do it for me.
Yes. Well, I am so glad that you are alive and you are on your program on Radio ZAZ, the information station, and you are paying for your program. Paying for it. You have your receipts. Because some people believe that because you are working for the federation, that you are not paying for your program. But if they want to come on the radio with the facts, let it go up ZAZ, and they will get the facts up there to come on the air with it. Especially the universe government advisor, Mr. Rat Farmer, who would not learn to poop in his own yard and go all the way across to Wadadley, go poop in Wadadley yard. And by the way, good night, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Gaston Brown in Antigua, good night. I heard you giving the greatest advice in the world a tongue lashing, and I like that. Because Mr. Advisor is Mr. Perfect, Mr. Ortley Jesus. He left a lot of problem here in St. Kitts and gone Antigua, going to interfere with you and your son business. And I'm glad for the tongue lashing you give him. And he gonna get more. Because he's out of order, he don't know his place. Forward and fresh. Criticizing people with things what he know. He already done. And he hiding it and criticizing and calling down people and giving the most advice. But let him tell the people them, with all the cuss and abuse, why he abused Dr. Harris, our Prime Minister, he still go behind the back and want the Prime Minister to use the power of his office to help him to get something. But enough time on that day. Enough time. Patrick, there is a billboard when you go in Wellington Road. Since we are little boys, we sight there by the public works mechanic shop. He said, "What shall it profit a man gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" Well, my version is this. What shall it profit a man to gain the whole world of academical education and then turn around and be led by drugs and alcohol? What is the profit? Prostitute, opportunist, prostitute, them kind of people are, when they can't get what they want from the government in the wrong way, and the government said, no, you have to come the right way, they began to abuse and they go on the refuge platform, go curse the Prime Minister and call him all kind of name. But anyway, Patches, I will come back with my second dose. So let me get out the way all your clock unless somebody is coming. Good night, Janet. Down in station. Good night. I'll be back, Patrice.
Thank you, my brother. Yes, what shall it profit a man? He gains the whole world and loses his own soul. 8:38, caller, your life.
Patrice, good night.
Yes, caller.
Patrice, good night.
The Bible man. Good night.
And how are you?
I am thanking God for life.
Well, that's
And you?
it. Happy birthday.
Thanks a lot.
I did not know in January was your birthday, boy.
Oh yes, Aquarian to heart on my birth.
Well, you're a wise man. That makes you so kind
I'm a
and generous.
humanitarian.
That must be so
Are
kind
you
and
Aquarian as
generous.
well?
Hello?
Go ahead, wild man. Yes, go ahead, wild man.
That makes you so kind and generous.
Oh yes, we are humanitarians.
Well, that is so wonderful. Well, the situation is that you got people who are in, and so you're giving God thanks and praise. You get up this morning, you say, give God thanks and praise. And now, God is good to you. And so that is the situation there. That is God.
No, Bible man, I'm listening to you.
Also, it is so good to you give God thanks and praise every morning, every single day. God been good to you. When the enemy wants to get destroyed, you, God step in. And I'm saying to you, stand up, Patrice. Give God all. And God is going to see you too. There's a lot of things that the enemy put in your way. So you don't take them on. God is going to look after you. And Mr. Patrice, as the word of God stands here and see the salvation of your Lord, your God. There is no other body you could turn to but God. He's there. When Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego was in the fiery furnace, God was with them. When Daniel was in the lion den, God was with him, with Daniel. So listen to my passage. Do not last focus on God. Do not. In every way, God going to be with you. So have a pleasant night, Patrick. And I wish you all the best for your birthday and have a pleasant night. See you.
Thanks a lot. Bible man. Thanks a lot. But for God, He is the absolute judge. Promotion, as you always say, cometh not from the east, nor the west, nor the south, but from Almighty God, who sets up one and puts down the other. At 19 before 9, caller, you're live. Yes, caller? It's 90 or 80 minutes before 9. I go to the lines. Are you there, caller?
Patches, good night.
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, good night, Patches.
Good night, my brother, politics.
Yes, first I want to wish you a happy birthday today. Want to wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And all those who celebrated you like Joan Mitchum, and to the lady over there from Kayan, Madge, and all those who celebrate with you, and all those who celebrate today. Want to wish them a blessed, blessed, blessed old strong. Patches, my little input tonight is about some people trying to destroy the country and trying to destroy Dr. Harris' legacy and destroy his career. But I do not think they're going to get it through. Because if we say that we are 98% literate, I do not believe the people of this federation going to let Royal Astafan, now Big Lois, the manager for the panic factory, destroy Dr. Harris' legacy. You understand? And all the others them who is banging them out every day and going on Facebook and YouTube and peddling all kind of thing about Dr. Harris and the leadership of this country. They ain't gonna get it work. Patches. Dr. Harris was a God-sent man, a God-blessed man. He was there with Dr. Douglas for so much years in the government, and he has done well. He went to university just like Big Lois or any one of them, and come back here and serve the people. And he got in with the team unity, 2015, and the election come, and they make a promise that he will be the leader, and he's the leader, and he's the prime minister for this country. And no player, Big Lois or any one of them was about Dr. Harris. They can't get him down. He went to university too. And Dr. Harris is managing this country well. He went to university and got a little bar joint and can't manage it. Current a cut off, this a cut off, water bill a cut off and all kind of thing. Dr. Harris, he managing a whole country, a whole federation, 2 countries in one. Think it Nevis. And he's doing well, especially under this pandemic. So let them leave Dr. Harris alone. When you watch it, they cheer them like the cause. The one in the panic factory, the one who just unborn someone the other day, and Mr. Big Lois. I don't believe Big Lois are ashamed. Because Big Lois was with the labor, with Dr. Harris, with the Soil Douglas and King Bo Douglas. And just because they can't go where they want, and that's what they want to do. One of them, as soon as Unity win the government insurance company, because he body paid on the bill. And because they ain't got all them contract to turn against the government, but we not tell them about the simply people are stupid. We know that what Dr. Harris is capable to do, because he do it under the farm administration and into a unity government, and he is doing it. And all we know want to bring him down. Tell them also, the people of this federation love the man as a leader, and when the time comes in next election, we're going to do what we got to do, because it's unity we say, and whosoever don't want unity, we're going to decide what we want as an individual party to run this country. So let us take them out after Dr. Harris. The man is a God-sent man. Patches, have a wonderful night. God bless.
Have a wonderful night, my brother. Good to hear your voice is improving. And you're so correct. The legacy of Dr. Harris, especially in these times, in over a century or just about a century, you've never had a pandemic. There's no template. And look at what the leadership of Dr. Harris demonstrated. 14 before 9, I go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Thank you for holding. Yes, caller? Yes, you're live.
Happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to those each day of the day. May you find Jesus here. Happy earth strong to you, and happy earth strong to you. The best that you ever had. I thought tonight was just yours. Wasn't tonight just yours? Anyway, enjoy your night and have a safe night going home. Bye.
Thank you. Sounds like South Carolina in the house. Let's go back to the line of 13 before 9. Caller, you're live. Yes, caller?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear.
Happy birthday to you. And my
Thank
first
you.
daughter, grandmother, celebrated 104 years today in Mount Church. I wish her God
Wow.
blessings and many more years to come once God permits. And to Madge Percival in Karen and Joan Mitchum in Lodge, happy birthday to them. Blessed night to you. Get home safe and safely. Enjoy your birthday. Have a blessed night. Thank you.
You care to tell us your daughter's grandmother's name? But saying happy birthday to that centenarian, I think it's called, 104 years old, born on the same day, like we are born. I'm looking for that, the century and more as well. Caller, you are live. Hello, caller.
Yeah, namesake. Yes,
My
happy birthday to
namesake.
you, my brother.
Thank you very
can't be
much,
the glory
Harvey.
that you live to see another milestone, my brother. And don't let nobody deter you from
Thank you.
doing what you have to do. Even though the people in your tongue talk, say what they say about you, you are God-blessed man. And that's why God is keeping you there for a purpose, working for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Same people who try to discard you. But God has not finished with you. You are doing a good work, and you got to select Nehemiah. I cannot come down because you're doing a good job. I just want to say happy birthday to you, and may you live to see many more, and may God continue to keep you in the hollow of his hand. That is, don't worry about the people that are barking. As Mark Banti always says, you cannot kick at every barking dog, but I can assure you, as long as God have you in the hollow of his hand, they can only dance around and kick around. They cannot harm you. God is able to protect. He said, if he take care of the sparrow, how much more his people that give him praise and thanks as the days go by. Now, Patrice, I hear some people talk about what I'm going to say right now. But you know what? I'm glad the people in St. Kitts and Nevis get that message, because people of St. Kitts and Nevis got to understand St. Kitts and Nevis belongs to us, the people. And when you got people in your country that does not love the country anymore because they don't get their belly full, and while some of us stay hungry, God have a way of working out things. Now, could you imagine that the greatest advisor want to go over to Antigua to advise the Prime Minister of Antigua? I didn't know he was a liar. He was the Prime Minister of Antigua. But I'm glad the way he fixed him up. Because you see, when we feel that we could do political prostitution and feel that we could get away with it, God always put somebody to stand up as a rock of offense. And I'm glad the way that Prime Minister Gaston Brown answer Dwyer Ascafan. You know why? Dwyer good, you know, but Dwyer need to stop the garbage that he's spewing out, because he got to tell us when he was the minister down in the valley. Up to now, he can't tell us how the money go, but he could tell us about 1967. But he can't tell us how the money that's spent down at La Valley, how it go. Because up to now, we still haven't got one golf hole in La Valley. So you need to tell us what happened to the green fence, the lumber, and the money
that was trying to do the project in the valley. Because, Patrick, you know, I'm sorry that we are not a part of America. Because if you see what's going on in America right now, you see what happened to Trump? When people believe that they're smart, my grandmother told me when I was growing up, one smart do, there are two smart do. And people like Doyen and all those who believe that they got more brain and who make brain, there come a time they're going to get cut round. Because God, you know, swift, you know, he take his time, but they're going to get cut round. Because my God, see, the injustice has been done to this country when a man had 1.5 billion US dollars in 2010, and by 27, he take us to the IMF. That tells me that there's some people in this country of ours only know how to collect money, but they don't know how to spend it. And when they spend it like a drunken sailor, as my brother will always say, because it does not belong to them. When money belongs to them, they don't spend so foolish. But they feel like the country's money belongs to them and they want to spend it as they like. They calm, they can hurry so that they could get rich overnight. And then they try to take it out on poor people by taxing us from the cradle to the grave. Thinking that they receive the play back with the kind of money we pass to the farmer labor part be the hand. And that's what I'm saying, that if we was a part of America, America would have made sure turn him inside out. It's going to take the next 20 years. Us how we spend the people of Trinkets and Nevis money by our citizenship, by invest. People are playing, you know. We are playing around. And I thank God for a man like Timothy Harris, our Prime Minister. Because God has chosen him for such a time as this. And the people of Trinkets better keep them out of him because he's doing a good job and he's going to stay there until people say it's time for him to go. And I want to warn the People's Action Movement executive. You need to keep yourself quiet because Dr. Harris got to run an 8-man candidate the next time around. I will support Dr. Harris. You know why? He head not just big for nothing. The man know what he's doing, and trust me, he can capture ship of state and run it safely to the harbor. You got some of us who believe that we could just chat, but nothing behind our chatting. But Dr. Harris is a man of his word. He's continued to do a good job and continue to run this country. May God bless you and bless our nation.
Family.
As we
Family.
gather.
Family.
Yes.
I want to say something to you.
I'm hearing you.
Just for the record. You're right about Gaston Brown and his comment about political prostitution.
Yes.
You're right about Gaston Brown and the poop. But just for accuracy, the former minister you spoke about signed the contract for over $50 million
50 million,
for
yes.
La Valley Greens.
Yes, correct.
And there's no golf course.
No golf course. No hole.
Just to be clear on that one.
So these are things that we need to take stock of because these people can't get away and they're trying to malign the country and the Prime Minister who are doing so good. But this is what really hurt me to the core. Now in Doya Askapan, it get me sick. Went out there and campaigned so much against Denzel Llewellyn Douglas and now he gone back in the same thing. So you are telling me that it's all right to go in the pit and take out the garbage and try to turn it down and you say you're going back and then you're going back in the same pit. Something got to be wrong. And that's why I have a problem with Dwyer. Dwyer need to get the act together. I need to keep off the radio. You know why? Because my Bible tells me the man that I forget the scripture, but he says, man that put it into the plow and take it back is not fit. So Dwyer is not fit because you need to get the act together. God bless you.
God bless you as well.
Yes,
that's why they talk about moral equality or lack of morals, some people say. But you're correct. You're correct. Beg your pardon. The leaving and going back is what Prime Minister Brown called political prostitution. Let's go back to lines. Call you live.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear.
The lady's name is Irene Housen, Baker's Hill in Montserrat, 104 years today. Celebrating with you and Madge and June and others. You have
Thank
a
you very
blessed
much.
night
Ivan Housen.
on your birthday. Irene Housen.
Ivan Housen. Thank you very
Of
much.
Montserrat. Thank you.
Thank you for calling back. We say happy birthday to Ivan Housen in Montserrat, 104 years old. Isn't she batting well? Let's go back to the line. This caller, you're live.
Mr. Liburd, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Happy birthday. I see you've reached your 69th, your favorite number.
Ooh.
Mr. Liburd.
You're speaking with authority.
Mr. Liburd, we're talking about corruption.
Sir.
You're being unfair to the minister down at the UDA. You got that man to own up that it's $227,000, not $250,000. Mr. Liburd, answer me a couple of questions. Have you been inside that shed? Hello?
Before I answer your questions, you made a bold statement that I got that man to do something. So you started on a very false premise.
Okay, I will go on. I'll continue along that line. Let me tell you, in defense of that minister, you have not been inside that shed to see if the faucets are 24-karat gold, the tapestry, the backsplashes, and all those things in there could add up to $280,000. Because granite is expensive now. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Liburd?
Have you been in the hut?
Excuse me, sir?
Have you been in the guard hut?
I know what expenses could be like because those kind of prices, the faucets, the toilets, and all those things are 24-karat gold, just like the sheikhs. You know, you have to give the man a chance. Let us wait for the finished product before we go saying this and saying that, Mr. Liburd. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just being fair. Let the building finish, and then we'll inspect it. There's going to be no noise ACs. There's going to be TVs in there. There's going to be everything that adds up to that big money you think is big money, Mr. Liburd.
Caller, I didn't want to discuss it.
Okay, go ahead and discuss
I'll be discussing
Liburd,
the topic from a point of ignorance. Because I've heard about this guard hut. I've heard about the cost of the hut. I'm not a contractor. I know times when you're building, you say, well, this building, it's $50 per square foot, $100 per square foot, or $10 per square foot. And I don't know what the size of it. I really can't discuss it.
Once again, Mr. Liburd, this is a new era. He is the next Prime Minister in St. Kitts and the first from Sandy Point. So they're practicing what they intend to do to the country. Let the chairman of the board write his own mobilization check to himself. Those are things that are new. These are nuances now that they're having. They're preparing it for when and if he takes power. To give the man a chance.
But caller,
he's learning.
But caller.
Yes, sir.
In fairness to the Deputy Prime Minister, he said he was not aware of the construction. And that's possible.
Mr. Liburd, I am on his side tonight. I have somebody tell me those faucets in that little shed there, 24-karat gold. They have marble backsplash, marble counters. That's going to be a sting of the art. He's going to show us what it's going to be like when and if he becomes prime minister. Because right now there's a movement, I say if, there's a movement to push him out and put John L. in power of the party. Anyway, let me get off here and let someone else who might have more information about it come in and say something. And thank you for reaching that beautiful age of 69, your favorite number. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Oh, how it does talk and forget. Read this email. On the Groundless program last Friday, the manager owner taunted many times that he does not listen to Patches' show, for he does not listen to. Well, I don't know who he fooled, but for certain not me. Similar to Dwyer, he don't listen, but somebody always telling he Dwyer what Patches or Timothy say, or that is what I was told Dwyer, Dwyer's favorite phrase. However, the manager proved to the world what a compulsive liar he is when he said, "Gentlemen, I was listening to Patches last night on ZIZ, the people's radio station, and the things he was saying about EK, haha, a well good a laugh, you liar." Reads that email. Things I said about EK. I said nothing, absolutely nothing about EK. But let's go back to the lines at 9:03. Caller, I thank you for holding you alive.
Patches, good night again.
Yes, politics.
Yeah, Patches, we know last week, a week before, what happened to the park and beaches workers with the protesting because of whatsoever. And I support this unity government, and I support Dr. Harris as the leader of this country and doing well. And I do it on the radio, and people complain to me all the time about certain institution where they work into and getting unfairness. No, Patches, the park and beaches workers used to complain to me. I tell them plain that one of you go up on the radio and talk about it, and then I will strengthen you all. But to come to this situation now, they made them at the hospital. I got a lot of friends working up here. And so, some of them is unity, some of them is this, some of them is support the government very strong. And they complain to me about when they work overtime, they can't get overtime. When they work on holidays and they think they can't get the money. They go on Sunday, work hard and them things and they can't get the money. So I just want to know, I just call him to let the minister know that if anybody is sabotaging these people to get the pay, to bring down the government, yeah, do something about it. We want this thing which are like a park and beach workers. A lot of people trying to destroy the government, inside the government working, because of whatsoever. You go in some business places, when you go in there, they got a panic factory and in government places. So they listen nothing but rubbish all upon the station. I mean upon the work. And Patches, I just want the people of this federation, our conscious-minded people of this federation, who support the unity government, to be there up to now. Stop, look and listen, and do not tell you the fads, them up on the panic factory. Because they don't have no use for the country, they don't have no love for the country, and we know how the panic factory comes. The manager of the panic factory don't even can't tell about the start meet. The manager of the panic factory can't tell about the start meet. And me, Mr. Politics, to work hard in the sugar industry, me never get the money from the beginning. Thank God to Team Unity, and thank God to Dr. Harris. City Life, and the $16 million was there to pay the farmer sugar workers them, where they get paid. You understand? The $500 a month. This government has done so much. In this 6 years, going for 7 years, they're in the park. They're with 7 years. Take all the out of the man. The man is doing well. The man is doing brilliant. He ain't God. Does he get the gift from God? He come like, I want him to work miracle for all. I want him to work miracle to an eye business place. I want him to work miracle to do what I got to do. Eh? The man in a miracle worker, God work miracle. But God give the man the wisdom and the knowledge and understanding and give him the education and uplift him to bring this country how this country was from where it was under the family regime. That is again, you have a wonderful and may God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Politics. May God bless you as well. It's 9:07. It's your night tonight. Tell me what's on your mind. Caller, you're live. Yes, caller?
Yes, good night. Namesake me again. Now, let's get into some serious business now. I'm right at the bus terminal at Baker's Corner, whatever you call east side. Now, parties up here is dry at the moment. And the problem that we have up here at afternoon, from 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the crossing guard them gone, there are a lot of buses going back and forth down the bay and back and picking up the people that are walking up to the bus terminal so that we can get a job. Now, parties, this is not fair. These buses that are making about 5, 6 trips afternoon time, we who are abiding by the rules, staying in the terminal, what you build here in Baker's Corner, have it real hard to get a 3-4 trip afternoon time. And it's not fair. Because you know people traveling between this area to go to Molyneux, Cairn, and you name it. For the buses them that up here to make enough trip that they can survive. And this is something that we need to get done. And I'm saying tonight, Monday night, the 24th day of January, that we need to get a police to work in this area from 4 till 10 o'clock in the night. Because here's where you get a lot of traffic and buses are coming back and forth and killing us to make a second or third trip in this area. And it's not fair. So we need to get that put in place. And I mean ASAP. By now at the end of the month, which is by next weekend, we should be able to see some movement in this area by the traffic officers. Too many of them up and down with government vehicles that are paying tax for, doing nothing. We need to get some men to work in this area, to police, to navigate this area from the bus terminal to Baker's Corner, so that the people who work inside here can get at least a 3-4 trip, that they can be able to buy gas and maintain the vehicle and help to pay the license and the tax. This is what we want to see happen this year come 2022, because we had enough of that last year. This year started already and we have seen the same thing playing out. So we need to get that put in place direct ASAP. Are you with me?
That's the reason request.
Right.
That's the reason request. I mean, to have police patrol.
What's that?
It's a reason request to have the police patrol.
Yes.
I
But we need somebody need to be on the ground, not patrolling so much. They need to be on the ground because last week Sunday I was here and a little white brown skin boy in the police come. I was by the gate because everybody, me inside the bus terminal, buses are passed, so I pick up passengers while they're walking coming up. When I go by the gate and see the amount of buses coming up on a Sunday, you know, coming up and picking up the people, I inside there waiting, so I went by the gate, staying by the entrance of the gate, on one side so vehicle could pass on the other side. The police bike come up and you know what he said to me? I'm here now. And a few seconds by the time he tell me if I'm going up the I say I'm a law-abiding citizen, but where were you when the buses them passing up here, picking up the people and they're walking, coming to the terminal so I could get a job? You know what he said? He here, and a few minutes he was outside the road, he turned off, gone where he gone in the police car. The same thing started to happen. So I stand up out there by the gate, and they like waited after 2 or 3 buses done pass, pick up the people till I could get a trip when it started to get dark. You understand? So these are the things need to happen. From 4 in the afternoon till 10 o'clock in the night, we need to get a police presence in this area. So any bus come up here, they get a ticket.
And I was saying at least $500 a ticket. Because 150 can't burn no light. Why they want to take the chance and burn up $500 for a trip, which is $30? Let me see. $150 too small. We need to get this thing in place. We abide by the rules to use the terminal. Otherwise, you might as well be the house in here and everybody go downtown. God bless you. Have a good night.
Have a good night as well. Baffles me how we can sort that issue with the buses on the East bus line. But let's go back to the lines. I'm sure in time it will be sorted out. ASAP, as Harvey said. Caller, you're live.
Patches, good night.
Good night, my brother.
How are you?
Jam
Happy
down.
Earth strong, man. Happy Earth strong. We're going to be
Thank
coming
you.
stronger
Thank you, my
than ever.
brother.
Stronger than ever.
Will do.
All who say now kind of thing and don't call show. Why, this is the best show in the world. Patches, I want to touch two things briefly and then I'm going to come back for my second dip. I want to call on the tourist department to please to give that young man the detail that he could operate. He pays a work permit, Quincy. And this frustration where he getting, he don't approve essential thing. This was a man who was operating before the pandemic. Why is it we stuff them under this for 2 weeks now? This is a son of the soil, a young man. Why you want him to break out your place? The government paying every day, you know. Every month I draw a check. Please to leave these devices. If it's politics, leave it alone and give the young man his chance to make a little dollar. It's hard things. And he's not going to tolerate it. I don't tell the new CEO, you know, come and lobby with all the stakeholders, you know. Because the office from the Jamaica woman down there is contaminated. And she been messing them up. They're not thinking about international travel. Because she never used to teach them nothing for 17 years. She had everything locked. And I'm warning the big man who take over from the Bahamas to meet every stakeholder down in Port Zante, in the craft vending side of it and outside. This young man is getting frustrated and it is wrong. I look at him today, he can't even get a walk. Anytime he talks to people, security there watching him, it's wrong. He pays a work permit and he deserves to make money like anybody else. Because people come here who are born here and doing well. And I'm not going to sit down and hold my peace and wrong things going on. I have done it. Show where Miss Brown dirty linen them where I seems to be holding on. Turn them away. Turn them in the garbage pan because we ain't going to tolerate it. That is, I want to talk about them step ladder going up in the dolphin. I had a good opportunity to look on all, on the west side and the east side. I asking Parliament to take this thing very serious. These men can't be going out there risking their life at night time when the country is asleep, trying to give this country money. And you got a authority up there, you got a pilot, you got a dock master. There's not paying attention. These guys right there, they will none of work. And I'm challenging Mr. Harvey tonight, who are more closer than the port master to these dolphins. You dropping the ball, Mr. Harvey, because you're supposed to report these things. You and the port master supposed to come together and record this thing and go up to the GM. It's wrong. You look like I want people dead again. It is politics. I just don't like one good for the country. I want in to done it I damn stupidness and do the right thing. Mr. Harvey, the commissioner of police is who got all your problem how it is. Because they feel Commissioner must just walk in from an office. You do what you like. You tell say go, Mr. Commissioner. Is he now we've been warning the man to come to the show? God bless Queely to give us a voice like that is. And Queely do it. And look at how the people in the country is responding to the police show. Mr. Commissioner, come to the public. Come to the public. Have a good night, Patches. I will be back. Patches, this is Jam Down, eh?
Have a good night. Yes. Yes, Jam Down. You can't hide. Always assertive. This email reads, I must commend Gaston Brown for exposing Dwyer as a real political prostitute. The man has no morals, shame, or dignity. He is all up and real greedy imposter. Once he get what he wants, he starts prostituting with different political parties to achieve his goal. Something now he's sees in Antigua that he wants to get at. So he's now befriending the UPP, thinking if that party gets into government, it would be of tremendous benefit for him. But the UPP would soon find out the traitor, as he is described by Douglas. Keep the pressure on him, Gaston. He can't stand it. And don't be surprised if he tries to make back friends with you. For that, he is a real crook. That's the news of the email. Let's go back to the lines at 9:18, I should say. Caller, thank you for holding your line.
Good evening, Patches. I wish you a happy birthday and many more to come. Just stay healthy and fit, and just think right, and do things positively, not crookedly. Okay. Now, Patches, I heard a gentleman calling and was talking about some hot or something like that down at Port Zante.
Yes, he was.
They said, Miss Forward, the security or who?
So I'm advised.
If for the security. So they never had a hot day before? Huh?
Well, there's always a hut there, as far as I know, yes.
Oh. So they modernize it than at the taxpayer's expense. What I don't seem to understand, right? I made to understand that Port Zante is not owned by government. So how the minister get involved in this? If it's not owned by government.
Not Port Zante. UDC, the Urban Development Corporation.
Yeah, now, let me explain something again, Patches. I don't care how you break it down, I want to put it. UDC run Port Zante. Port Zante belongs to the government. I belong to UDC.
People's King. King. The UDC is a government corporation.
Oh, it is a government corporation.
When it was established.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
It is.
Yeah, go ahead.
When UDC was established, it was established under the Matalan people, Matalan group.
Yeah.
The government of Douglas bought out all their shares. And now the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is the sole subscriber of the Urban Development Corporation, which is the UDC. But it is so land. The lands there are private lands, they're private buildings. But the corporation has oversight of the properties. But don't own them.
Well, the more you live, the more you learn, and the more you hear.
That is true.
Because
That's true.
I was told that the UDC ain't owned by government, right?
That is not correct.
And
That's not correct.
UDC and government don't own nothing over there. It's UDC one, right? So I want to know how the minister get involved with this thing that nobody told him nothing. So it seems like what the people them saying is true, that they could do as they like and build what they want and don't care the cost of it because it's not owned by government. That is what it signified to me. So,
Rock.
yes, sir.
You understand what I said?
Oh, unless you want to repeat it.
The UDC owns the marina.
Yeah.
And operates the marina.
Yeah.
The UDC owns some land left at the marina, the lands to the east side by the bulkhead. The UDC back then sold land. We have all those stores owned by people.
Yeah, I understand the part.
But the UDC. So what you misunderstand then?
Yeah, because the fact remains that what I am asking this question for, because I was told that government do not own nothing over there when it comes to UDC. Where UDC get the money to buy land, to be selling land, unless it's government. You know, it's only a statutory body that put there to guideline to how to sell the land and different things like that. But it's government fully owned.
You're right. It is owned by government.
I know that. But them people who walking around here ain't know that. Because there's an incident happening, you know. And it's going to come a big blowout. It's just a matter of time. You understand me? It's just a matter of time. It's going to come a big blowout. Because it seems like you can't talk to nobody. One over there playing, there is the chief cook and the bottle washer. You understand me? And they don't care about nobody. You see? So, I could tell you one thing. Nobody put me out to bed and can't give me crackers, you know. You understand me? Because I am 75 years. When you reach the age, you will think like me. You're a young guy to me, Patches. You understand me? You're 69. You're just in your prime. You know, and just be careful with what Colgate you use. Because that's a good age. Yeah, 69. Yeah. Okay, Patil, you continue your show, and I wish you all the best again for your birthday and your everything and your family and everybody who make birthday today with you. So God bless you all. And God bless my Prime Minister. And I wonder, I must say Team Unity, I must say the Syncate People's Labour Party. I wonder which one I must say. You could tell me which one to say?
You older than me? Yes.
I'm looking for information. You know why man met me today and tell me? He said, you see you?
But I'm 70 though. I'm 70. I'm 70.
You're 70?
So past 69. I'm not upside down anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. A man met me today, you know what he tell me? He said, you see you and your friends and them, all you putting everything on the blue. But the blue ain't causing no problem, it's the yellow. So I just listen, wondering what he means. Okay? So I'm still looking to find out what he means. But I hope this matter been solved and solved correctly and different things like that. And the gentleman asked you if you ever been over there by the hut to the hut or what it is, you know. So, and it seems like you need to know how to build here. But I hear it's a two-storage building, 12 by 12 at 12 by 11 at 12 by 10, you know, somewhere around here. But it's two-storage. I remember at Port Dante, the workers them over there, the guys them in the green shirt and so on, they used to do all them kind of things, the big two-story building and bigger and different things like that. So why they could not get a job? To say, well, when you all them work at afternoon time, we got a thing here to build, we're going to give you all X amount of money and I'll save it up. Just like what they do in the park. They paint the park the other day, and that is what they do up there. All the guys who work up there do the painting, and I made to understand, I think each one of them get $1,500 each. You know, and the paint, look how nice the park look now. So I wonder if they can do that down Port Zante with the workers them who get a minimum wage. You know, so I just looking to see how the ball train, and how the bowling and batting and so on. You know, I see the one day of Mr. Ashkapan, he boy a googly, but Ashton Brown hit him out the ballpark. Now he's scrambling to know what's going on. You know, but he like to dip him out in people things and he know what's going on. That's why we call a political prostitute. And that's a serious word for him, coming from a prime minister of Antigua and Barbuda. Because he done betray Douglas. He tried to betray Timothy Harris. Who next? He gonna try to betray. All I could tell all them other candidates around, stay away from he, Sam, and DuPont. Okay? Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night, the People's King. Let's go back to the lines. At 9:29, caller, you live.
Hello, my brother-in-law. Your sister want to talk to you, and then I come look at me punch. So take the phone.
Okay, my brother. My sister Joan, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Same to you.
Long life, God blessings.
Good health to you.
Hello, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Same to you, my sister.
Yeah, long life and God blessings.
God bless you as well.
Okay. You all right, though?
Good health to you. Yes, I'm good. What about you?
I'm blessed, I'm blessed.
Okay, good to see you. How is my sister, Marge?
Oh, she go to church yesterday. You wasn't there.
Oh, you did?
No.
Oh, yes. We're going to have a drink together when we meet again. Our normal birthday drink.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So be safe.
Eh?
Be healthy. Be safe. Be healthy.
Yes, doctor,
May God
I'm here.
continue to bless you.
Yeah, I'm here. I got my ring now.
Yes.
That is when I heard the news from my good neighbor and brother, Prime Minister Mr. Gaston Brown. I said, well, Dwyer don't understand what Antigua is. Antigua produced some of the best fast bowlers and the best batsman in the world. So Vivian Richards, and he gone up there, go say he gonna go back pace. He couldn't even back Mr. Corey Google them. Gone up there, got trouble the man and his son talking about you're supposed to be in government and got your own business making no money. But what he was doing with the rat farm across Liverpool Road, when he was in government, the rat farm across Liverpool Road was rented to the government for a meaner market. And only God knows where the rent end up. Now come to them crackerjack, them Tululu crab, who and the Prime Minister back every day, pan the blood and sweat money of the cane workers, show workers, platform, media platform. And now you're listening, and now you're saying, listen to this, your man. What get anybody who own anything wrong, it cannot benefit them for long. That platform that was built out of the people who do the second hardest work in St. Kitts. The hardest work that was ever done in St. Kitts is when they were building up on Brimstone Hill, because they didn't have no backhoe to go up there. Is man, black people from Africa and build Brimstone Hill. And the second hardest work is working in a cane field. And people who work in the cane field ain't get the rightful money, blood and sweat money. And people who can't even toy a stark meat to catch a lizard, they don't even know what is a pusley. They get big money and able to open their business. That's why they could use the business for people to go in there and make Maldau. One of them who does go upon it, go make Maldau, he get 3 jobs on the team Unity. The first one, he say he can't work with another co-worker, a female. And all because he finger them couldn't come long, they were in the cookie jar. They move him from there and they put him on another job. And for a whole year, he ain't attend no work, but he collect money for a whole year. Is that honesty? No. And then the last one, put him to put on, make sure people roof is fixed. So when you go order 4 to 111 for a roof, when you're supposed to order 4, you order 8. So 4 go on, and where the other 4 gone? Well, this is a government. The Prime Minister, Prime Minister say he got the all. And you can't call bingo if you ain't got all the letters. And so therefore they find out what the individual was doing, and they fire him. And that's why all of them gone by the refuge platform to abuse the government. But God gonna deal with all of them. I would like you to send as much information about the Gulf Coast down La Valley to Antigua, to my pastor, my Prime Minister, Mr. Gaston Brown. Send all the bad information about Dwyer. Because Dwyer come and believe he's the best talker in the world. And he couldn't intervene in anything, in everybody's business. And he went down there. Send them up to him, patches. Let you get them with the forwardness, jump out of Yagan Antigua, with trouble Antigua. Who the hell is he? Eh? Know your place. Eh? Mr. Gaston Brown tell him, poop in your yard first before you come Antigua, come poop. Patches, good night. Time going. Have a good night.
Good night, brother. It's 8:35, 9:35. What am I saying? The time has gone. I go straight back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Greetings, Mr.
Yes, caller.
Patches.
Greetings, my brother.
And I will say about the greetings to you as well.
Thank you very much.
And may the Lord continue to give you strength, health, that you can continue to educate people in the best way you could.
Thank you, my brother.
When I heard you said tonight is your birth night, I said I can't let the night pass without doing you that goodness, because since the inception of this program, it's gone from strength to strength. And you see, you give the public tonight an open line. When you have your nights with your topic, stick to your topics. Keep your program at the standard as it is. Stick to your topics. When you got time to give them a chance to free up, you do that. But don't let no one come and change the topic. Let me see how versatile our people is when you come on topics. Mr. You said also is an open line, along with both the greetings. Some morning, Mr. Patches, you see, you have some political commentators in this country. They are flip-floppers, But some people just say sometimes, oh, when Douglas was in office, people used to criticize him and this and that and that. Even a baby, an unborn baby, had a right to criticize the former administration because everybody see what was happening to the country. It was no unjustifiable reason not to criticize. It was justifiable to criticize for your country. Look at the atmosphere of the country today. You can feel hope in the atmosphere. Who can say we can feel hope in the atmosphere? Black nations of people always have to strive for peace because that's the way God lives among his people, in peace. And the other morning, before I get into that, you see, the political commentators who criticize the Labour administration then, they continue the same vein of criticism at this administration. When I feel is unfair, and I say it with what I'm saying now, because the scandals, the mishaps, that's what's happening now in the former administration, and the carrying on the country down the dark road. We can't feel it happening now. So obviously, you have to come with different wording to breed your commentary to get a little more mature. We don't get that. The other morning, I'm listening. I'm in my place, and a neighbor radio have on your good friend. And sometimes I was surprised at his comment because he's the one who, he used to sit down by Archibald educate this country. How you could sit down by Archibald and at times be so inconsistent with your comments. And he said, concerning the former tourism minister and want to have a do on ZAZ. I said, the question I asked myself, why query all that? You have a radio station that you make your ear new to the area, so. But then I say, if you can query something of that nature, I would have said then, I would agree for the tourism minister at any time. ZZ, he pay him money and go on ZZ and tell the people concerning the tape that he'll play, concerning the project at Love Valley. If that would be fair-minded for me as a citizen for him to use ZZ, otherwise than that, what would you use ZZ for? Because you don't embroil your name don't embroil in that kind of setting because you have the tape. He's the one admit it happened. So from his wording, if some of them some of the time could bring certain topics to the people, or like something like that, bring it to the floor. That's a topic any one of them can bring to the floor. Because to talk about good governance, and good governance is across the board. Mr. Patches, earlier tonight, you've been a gentleman calling concerning the guard hut. And you asked him a simple question, if you went in there. And I'm sure he told you no. And this is the thing with this country, Mr. Patches. It's just that talk. And they sound so like it's factual. But when you ask certain questions, you see, if he didn't go in there, why he must be talking without facts when it's straight talk? That's the thing with our country. Every year come a new year, but a lot of us don't want to refresh ourselves. Even though we run a race, we still want the same sweaty shots every day. That is why we see in this country, we have a prime minister, even though he doesn't have 8 seats, is governing the country. With no animosity. Them thing is good governance with our constitution. It's people to change their ways and do things hopefully in everything we do. Ain't no matter our position. You're here to serve your people. And if you're here to serve your people, to develop your people, is one thing and about criticians. They're allowed to see change in the terms of development. Just see how you went in office and you do them infrastructural change for the country. That's why people love it. I remember when St. Thomas and them places was developing, the thinkers people used to be mad. How come we can't get this? How come we can't do that? So any structural change go on in this developing country, the people will love it. We're in 50 years of development yet. So we always must be find room to develop the country. Jam down tonight, Mr. Patches, make some input. And it's good to listen to all the people because I always feel, coming from a corona, we should have got different meditation concerning tourism. Mr. Patches, you continue to have a good night and continue to enjoy your boat night and continue to stay healthy. If health fails, life fails. God bless. Stay strong. Stay strong.
Thank you very much. You're so right. You have to be factual. We have to bring the truth. And that's what Straight Talk is about. And I like your instruction about sticking to the topic. And you're so right. A friend said to me, read this email, what else is left for Dwyer to try and do, not fail? And went on and outlined all that he tried and failed miserably in. As a lawyer, he never won a bad word case. He tried and had various ministries and failed in all of them. He had tourism and failed. That Douglas had to take it from him and give it to Ricky. He had national security and failed again. He was so ashamed of his many failures in government that he resigned in disgrace. He went into business and had an insurance company and that failed. He started a trade union and it failed. Now he has started some stupid, crazy movement called Percent, 1 and 5%, and that done fail even before it got off the ground. For the organizer, Astafan is a curse and a born failure, reads that email. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Thank you for holding.
Good evening, everybody out there in Radio Land. And good evening, servant, ambassador, Ian Pettis Liburd. How are you doing this evening?
I am peaceful, my brother, and yourself. Good evening. I've heard you for some time.
My feelings are ambiguous tonight, but hearing your voice is comforting in more ways than one. I missed your telephone call. I also saw that you tried calling me. It was on an unknown number until I punched it in just a little earlier today and saw that rugged, determined, handsome bulldog face staring back at me. Happy birthday to a man I'm proud to call a friend and one who stood by me when I got deserted by my party. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, my brother.
May you live. May you live to have many, many more, to see many, many more, since the more of them you have, it's the longer you will live. Oh, and I could tell you, you deserve to live forever. Having said that, I just want to briefly say condolences to the family of Joseph Huggins, a.k.a. Baggs, my classmate, who, like you, a noble, elevated, and enlightened soul, breathed his last in St. Thomas and will be up here for burial. And we are all not only flummoxed, but we are left floundering, because truly he was a great spirit. Now, I was listening tonight to the conversation, and typical of it, I heard the comments of the Prime Minister of Antigua, Gaston Brown, being prominently mentioned about the Honorable Mr. Dwyer Astafan being a political harlot. But isn't it true that our Honorable Prime Minister made remarks, derogatory and pejorative remarks, earlier about a now Central Minister of Unity by way of PAM, to wit, that thief, he thief so much, he should have long been locked away in a jail. Before crossing the line later and praising him thereafter to high heavens. No, this is the same minister who later betrayed that trust by embezzling even more money, proven by a court of law. And later and more recently, defied and neutralized the rule of law. Now, does this, I ask, make our Honorable Prime Minister a political prostitute? I say nay, only a fool. And everybody who knows Dad says he's a wise man. And only a fool that oftentimes intones never changes his mind. The Honorable Prime Minister of Antigua, Gaston Brown, is just as right as is the still Honorable Astafan, according to the number one tenet of democracy that should rule us, to wit, Mr. Honorable Ambassador, free speech. Minute you extinguish that. Do that, extinguish that, and witness the disappearance of democracy that all of us hold dear. Dr. Denzel Douglas, I would remind you, and it was justified, never muzzle me for all my incendiary attacks against him that lasted for 2 years. You were there. You remembered it. I used your medium prodigiously. But ironically, Team Unity did. Sending 13 policemen to my home, not the regulars, the elite troops, to drag me before Officer Adams, his chief security, and Commissioner Brandy. Failing therein, I was unceremoniously locked down and deprived of my phone to nullify the potential effect I could have exercised on some of the voters. Well, I could have never returned to a Dr. Denzel Douglas-led administration. But now, something has happened. Minister, or ambassador rather, servant Ian Patches Liburd, there has emerged a new face in the person of Dr. Drew, who, like the evergreen, is seemingly evergreen, ever fresh, and ever new. And I must give him a chance to see if he could succeed where Dr. Douglas and Team Unity has failed. Lastly, Honorable Ambassador, how could they, and you know they did, how could they have conspired to remove you? Pam, I mean, according to my degenerate brother who they placed over here as the registration officer in constituency 8, how could they have conspired, and I don't think he's lying, to have removed you? A man who gave back half of his salary to the suffering masses? Well, you are brighter and wiser than I, because we must ultimately be judged by the results. So you forgave them the scheming and perfidious agenda. My forgiveness will come, I assure you, in the form of the utter removal to ensure that transgressors will not go unpunished. And I hope that by exercising my conviction and free speech, I don't alienate you. I'm going to love you still. This time, however, I think you're on the wrong ticket. Good evening, folks. You better take care of yourself.
My brother? Are you there, my brother?
I am here.
I want to reassure you that you will be my friend and brother for life, active of your views.
Thank you so much
Okay?
for your generosity, and not only that, your humanity, which have, there are two of them, your generosity and your humanity that came to the fore, even after you told me I went before them to defend your contentions. Thanks for your continuing love and support, even though now we are battling for different outcomes. You get home safely, you continue taking care of yourself, and I know that God forever takes care of his own. The government is not your source, it's your resource. Because I truly think that you are connected to something that is bigger than we can see or even understand. Good evening, folks.
Good evening, my brother. I haven't heard Enver for a long, long time. I tried calling you, yes, but I believe it was your Sabbath. Because I heard your voice and I was glad to hear your voice. I wonder, where on earth did Enver go? I'm so happy to hear you, brother. And straight talk. On straight talk, we entertain any and every view. Be assured of that. Let's go back to the lines as we wind down tonight's program. And caller, you are live. It's 5 before the 10 o'clock hour. Yes, caller? 5 before 10?
Hello, I want to get on.
Yes, you're live. You're live. You're on.
Patches.
So, jam down.
Hello, Patches, do you hear me?
Jab down, you're loud and clear.
Okay. Andrew, it's nice to hear your voice, but it was a collusion in East Bastille from some bandits, but they're going to press what they do. That is, I want to send some sentiment on a young man who been operating at the port since the days of Kennedy Simmons when he built that port. You had Namda, who reclaimed the land. In fact, for these young people who don't know the history of Port Zante, Kennedy Simmons went into Royal Bank, which is South Caribbean Bank today, and took $49 million and reclaimed that land down there. And Kennedy Simmons went on a mission to make sure that poor people benefit out of down there. We had an election and a group of bad men, bad fellows, set out to get in touch with Indians in St. Martin and mess up the whole thing. In fact, one of them was instrumentally remove the plan when they had in the roundabout in the Pelican Mall. Up to now, only God knows where the plan gone. Just like Dr. William Hobart, the founder of my party, not this one here. My PM party, not this one here. This one here, overture. There was overture. This one overture was a mandate. And standing up with them, fight for, and the values. Kennedy Simmons mean that poor people must benefit out of that. A bandit come with the boys them and they do all kind of bad things down there. They was in collusion with the Indians them. They get what they get on at the table. Patches are with the Indians and chat them in the middle of them, you know. Some of the things I didn't even know used to go on. More or less I used to see one guy on the head toy go up in the office from the back. Them set of vagabonds. But they will pay. They will pay. So as I was telling you, Patches, this young man who operates down at the Port Center with the golf cart, I don't understand what's going on. This man contributed to this country ever since we took over Port Center from Matalan. He come up with the idea. Matalan grabbed it and they was doing it for a few years. And they give it back and the young man went to the bank, get some money and get to start the business. And was successful. You know, from since the COVID, he been knocked out because he's small, he ain't got finance to get back on his foot. And he been going to the bank to get help because some technocrats around, you know, who ain't do nothing for the success where we got here, you know. Instead they help him, they washing him all over the place, but they look after. And he went to the bank, and instead of the bank realized that he's doing a valiant service to the country, they're giving him a runaway. I don't know if it's the management of the bank doing it or small workers, because some small workers in the bank doing a lot of bad things, you know. Now this is a man who will pay loan like any policeman. For instance, Patches, a lot of people on both sides of the divide, Labour and Tom, abusing the policemen them. The policemen them go bank and take things and paying back. But a lot of these people in the both divide, they're not paying back the bank. And the bank can just take up money give you when you're paying. And I'm warning the bank manager to look at this young man and help him in wherever way you could help him. Because I feel good when young men like them do come up with plans and making money and trying to help themselves and paying up the debt. So I'm calling on Mr. Harris, please, to go back over this young man and please to help him the best way you could. Because if the policeman them could get that and paying back, people who work in the civil service should be able to get the same opportunity. You must not let people downstairs decide what to do. You got to understand what's going on out there. The COVID knocked down a lot of people, like Andy Roberts licking stumps all over the place. Please, to help these people, it's a concern on the ground, Mr. Harris. And I'm warning you to keep your ears to the ground and help these people. And you got some of them spending big money to get Trinidadians to sing song. And Mr. Harris has done things in this country. Putting me in the days of Kennedy Simmons, a man with vision and foresight. And as the rest of man say, I run. Think these people ain't stupid no more. Think these people ain't stupid no more. They's watching, they're taking notes. And we know good from bad, you know. But some of us they play real moment sometimes. And I'm warning them, you know. I'm warning the technocrats them to stay away, you know. Because they're going to call and help you. Oh, Patches, one more thing I want to touch. Patches.
Let's wind up, Bob, down.
Yeah, I'm going to come to you now. Patches down at the port. We've been experiencing a young people going out there and thieving the people lobster. And I suggest the board come up to build that two flats up there so they could get a little scope over the marina, that they could see the perpetrators when they're coming over the fence to thief the people lobster. So I feel that was an idea why they build the thing for, that whoever and watch could look over and see right around the marina. You understand? Country a bad name and make it sound bad, and they should get the truth before they come in the media. Thank you, Patches. Good night.
Okay, got you. Thank you very much. Jam down, never out of words. I'll take my final call for the night because my time is done. Caller, can you use 30 seconds? Yes, caller, you're live.
Yes. That is me again. A call back
good to hear you.
Congratulate Mr. Brown for those wonderful shots that he sent down here to us. But one thing I would like to know from him, which one of them is the idiot? I know who is the prostitute, but I want to know which one of them is the idiot. And he do not have to worry about the lawyer, because he never win a case in St. Kitts yet. So, he's safe with that. But he let us some good punch, and I want to congratulate him tonight for the punch them that he let go. You have a happy birthday night. God bless you.
God bless you as well, my dear sister. And that's the way we're going to end it. I'm going to just dispense up some emails here. Patches, the rest of the traffic lights are running. Not to my knowledge, my dear brother. Patches bus still listening. Parking for cars, etc. What plans are there? This morning, Dr. Harris show answers questions, but I find you only read emails and no comments. To move on to the next caller. This is discouraging. We like you, but people want to see the waterfront look good. The new marina down at the market going westward says something. Thank you. Yes, I'll say it in time, my dear brother. Patches, lots of educated people willing to call into the show. They have lots of ideas of what to do to create lots of jobs and to move the country forward. You need to listen to callers who have good ideas that will help you. That will help. Sorry, you are condoning too much politics callers, and that is killing your talk show and keeping callers from calling. People in New York, Atlanta, Texas, etc., want to call to your show. It's a good show, but you need to pay attention to callers with ideas to build St. Kitts. Thank you. This other email reads, when I listen to Sam on the Groundless program crucifying Mr. Grant and the Commissioner of Police, I said, well, he can't be serious. I want to say to Sam, which case serious than the one involving Hartley, Henry, or Grant? Let me remind Sam and Dwyer that WPC Maloney is still in the police force working in Nevis, where the Labour government sent her after she took Henry the Bajan Labour political strategist to court and indecently assaulted her one Sunday while on duty. The police investigated the matter and found there was strong evidence of prima facie case against Henry and took the matter before the magistrate. Lo and behold, on the day of the trial, when he appeared, instructions came from the government that the Attorney General had requested the police prosecutor to withdraw the criminal case against him, and this was done. But the worst part of the matter was when the WC was brought back the case weeks after through a civil plane. This time the DPP appeared in court and withdrew the case, stating that as Director of Public Prosecutions, he has the authority to stop any criminal or civil cases. 2 days after the Commissioner received instructions from the Minister and found that WCPC Maloney must be transferred to Nevis. Let dangerous Sam and Dwyer especially deny that sad episode. This final email reads, from a child I learned to do not interfere with anyone first, otherwise what you get in retaliation you take. The other aphorism is, those who live in glass houses must not throw stones. Well, Patches, a man molested you, calling you all sorts of unpleasant, vile, filthy, offensive, obnoxious, and repugnant names on his radio program almost every noon. And the owner, manager of the station, never once denounced and condemned his reprehensible, shameful, rotten, detestable, and infamous behavior on radio, in spite of the numerous complaints he had received from various sectors of the community. Instead, he has given him tacit support, but on his Groundless program last week, the said manager condemning the ambassador and calling for his removal from ZIZ. Why? Because Patches responded in kind, reads that email. And my straight dog family, as we wind down tonight's program, yes, I started late. I gave you back the time just because you deserve it. But to all my twin sisters and my birth brother, Jeffrey Berridge, again, and all who celebrate today, Marge Percival, Joan Mitchum, born Jeffrey Berridge, and that centenarian from Montserrat, Iwin House, I think is the name, celebrating 104 years today. We say happy birthday again. Yes, Marge, I've seen your thumbs up. But when the birthday comes around, there's almost nothing as good as getting happy birthday. Nothing as good as that. At the end of the day, we say thank you for birthday wishes from all those lovely people for their greetings. But before I can do that, I must first do that. I must first give thanks. And I did give thanks to Almighty God. Because of Him, I'm living. And because of Him, this is the life I live. I would also like to say, God bless all of you so much that so much than you presume. God will always be beside you, and God has always solved our problems. I want to also say how I appreciate you all more because of the road I have traveled. My story brought me to you, and I would not revise it a word of my past if it led me anywhere but to your door. Saying thank you is much more than just good manners to me. It is good spirituality. I'm grateful to the people who made me happy, who have stood behind me through thick and thin. You said you will follow me anywhere. Well, again, I'm not going anywhere without you. God has been good, and I will stay with him because he's been a good God, and I want to thank you. And as I wind down tonight's program, I want to thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight and as always. I want to thank you, the many callers and the emailers, because without you, there's no straight talk. I thank Bevan Wilkinson and John James in the fact room. I also thank Albert Bradley for the support in the studio. Without all of you, there's no straight talk. But just remember, my straight talk family, to connect on Thursday for another edition of Straight Talk. And let us all sing of the goodness of God.
So wherever my mind can see that I
The views and opinions expressed by the host or presenter and by participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its shareholder, or its affiliates. The opinions of the on-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such. The views and opinions expressed by the host or presenter and by participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its shareholder, or its affiliates. The opinions of the on-air guests or participants are based upon information they consider reliable, but neither ZBC nor its shareholder nor its affiliates warrant their completeness or accuracy, and they should not be relied upon as such. ZBC expects that any message aired on any ZBC platform would be of a high standard and free from libel, slander, or breach of privacy.
Whether it's a dress store on 4th Street, a snacker in Kayon, or a village grocery in St. Paul's, all small businesses play an important role in our economy. By supporting these businesses, you are helping to